Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. This is fresh out of the mailbox, and it is a return of sorts because it is the new reissue of Pandora. Oh man, look at the window box, that is great. From Valaverse. So, very early on, you can go back and I also ordered the upgrade gear kit. I ordered the first wave of Valaverse figures, or several of the figures. You can go watch those reviews right now if you want to. And I liked them. I thought they were good figures. I didn't have the problems that some people had with like stuck joints or things breaking or whatever. Like, I thought they were really good figures. And at the time, I had no idea. None of us knew what G.I. Joe Classified was going to become. And at the end of the day, I just decided, you know what, these are kind of, I just didn't want regular military stuff, and that's not quite fair because Valaverse, Action Force does have that Joe quality of just a bit in the future, but it just wasn't, I don't know, it didn't engage me as much. But then he starts doing characters with Action Force, and that got my attention again. And really, to be honest, the reason I haven't gotten more deeply into it is there's just too much to collect. But then I got the email, because I do still get all of the Valaverse emails because of that initial backing that I did. And the reissue of Pandora popped up, and I thought, man, that would be a good review. I dig the look of the character. I kind of want to review that. I thought about it for a day. It was still in stock, and I realized, you know what? If this goes out of stock and I don't have one, I'm going to be mad at myself. So I ordered it. It got here in just a couple of days, or just a few days. Valaverse folks were at a convention or something over the weekend, like after I ordered it. But it got here in just a couple of days. They were very on top of their shipping, and I ordered the upgrade gear from Big Bad Toy Store, because I had something sitting in my pile of loot, and I was like, well, let me throw this in there and ship it. So we're going to take a look at both of these. First, the Pandora figure, which is an intense-looking lady, and that's one thing about Joe, is there aren't enough female characters. So with this Pandora figure, and I do not have the original Pandora. I had kind of done I just can't buy any more of these, because I know if I get back into them, I'm going to want to buy more, and it's just not in the budget. So I didn't get the original Pandora. I really love this window box. It's a nice look. It's also like a pretty nice sturdy cardboard too. Like, this is about twice as thick as what you find in your WWE products right now. I've got a really nice some art on the back with a cross sell with the different characters that are currently available, and of course, very smart to put the QR code on there. Got a file card. I'm not going to run down the whole thing, but it is nice to see a file card on packaging. And nice little grayscale on the side. You know I love that too. But this was a character, like, from the first Pandora that was offered. I was like, man, I dig that look. It's a cool looking character, but I just didn't want to get into another toy line. And I know how I am. I'll just say that. I know, oh man, I like this. I kind of want some other stuff from this line. But again, when this email came through, I just felt like I want to jump on this one, because I do know I'll be annoyed if I just miss out on this character entirely. All right, got a stand in here. Very nice. And it has multiple options for stances, which I really dig. The metal look of this is a great stand. This is an excellent stand. So we've got, let's see here, tape on the accessories, which you guys know I'm just never a big fan of. But it doesn't seem to have left anything sticky behind on that scarf. Speaking of scarves, which you know, I'm also not a huge fan of the military scarf, but I know it is a thing. It is a practical thing, and it makes sense. It's just not something I typically display on my figures. Just a matter of personal taste. Too many pieces of tape here. One thing I would say, I would recommend is just do one strip of tape down each side. I would think would take care of all of that, rather than having a bunch of pieces of tape. It just seems like it'd be more practical. But I do not know what the process is for packaging these, for boxing them up. I don't know what's involved. So maybe, however these Valaverse products are boxed, one piece of tape would somehow take more time or something. I don't know. I will tell you this, the paint on these parts looks fantastic. And the size of the pegs on these hands is great. I do not, in looking at these, I'm not worried about them snapping off because they're so dainty. All right, we do have our annoying plastic bands in here holding everything in place. I'll be interested to see once these are removed, because the figure seems like it's in there pretty securely, and this is not a retail line, so you'd think the friction of the tray would be enough to keep the figure in place, and these tabs wouldn't be necessary. Yeah, the figure's in there pretty good. I think those plastic tabs are kind of redundant, but whatever. All right, here we go. Let's get the figure out. Take a look at the accessories in a minute, which, by the way, pretty decent loadout. Obviously, this figure is independent toy company priced and not mass market retail priced. That's to be expected. Oh, gosh, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was $35, then plus shipping. I believe that's correct. Go to valaverse.com and verify for yourself. But quality-wise, man, it seems really nice. Let's zoom in, take a look. So while the joints on my initial batch of Valaverse figures were very tight, I did not find them to be the problem that a lot of people did. As a matter of fact, I think the biggest problem that I had, is that all the range on that shoulder? Might be. Yeah. But you know what? At least the shoulders do go like that much bend. Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, you do get a nice lateral move there, and then they've got one extra ratchet down so she can actually stand like a normal human being. It drives me nuts when the last range on a shoulder joint is that. That drives me crazy. So I really appreciate that there's that one last notch there so she can stand looking like a human. That's excellent. Double jointed elbows, moving nicely. Of course, with every figure I've ever reviewed, almost, one side of this or this is going to be tight out of the box. That is to be expected. That one does not want to move. I might have to heat that one up before I mess with it anymore. Let's see how the other one does. I expect it to... Man, look at that, though. It almost doesn't need that second joint right there, because look at that. That is a deep, deep bend right there. Oh, look, that one. Okay, so the left arm is all good. I'm confident that just heating that up will loosen it up. I'm not worried about it. The plastic feels good. Gosh, really nice. So let's take a look at the portrait here. Fantastic paint on this. Look at the scarring. Really unique looking character. I like the earring. that I'm going to assume is like a plug, similar to what I've got going on. Find me at a Audible Interlude live episode recording to see what I'm talking about. Tattoo on the back of the head looks great. It does kind of have the both of the tattoos on here do kind of have the stamped on Sharpie look. I wish the tattoos were just a little faded so they weren't quite as fakey looking, but the precision is wonderful. Like, that's a really nice looking tampo. They both look great. The arm wrappings are very, very cool. The sculpt on those is excellent. And you'll notice you've got the up and down movement on those wrist joints. The vest and the belt here. Oh, that was what I was trying to say earlier, is my issue was the vest. Those were very difficult to get on the other figures. And I'm curious to see how it works on this one. I can see the seam right here. We'll see how well it comes off. The holsters built into the vest are very cool. And that paint is just phenomenal. Between the hair, the gradation in the hair right here, and then the makeup around the eyes, great looking character. Also dig the, I guess, tactical jeans that we've got going on here. The way that these are done are very cool. Let's check these knees out. Again, I'm fully expecting to have to heat one side or the other of those knee joints, which is fine. Yeah, that bottom one's not moving. Oh, but look, the bottom one is the one that moves on this side. As much as I'm not a huge fan of double jointed knees and elbows, these are executed pretty nicely because they don't mess up the profile to an insane degree. Like, they look pretty reasonable when they're not being used. Drop down hips, which people complain about them, but like, as long as you pose your figure right on the shelf, they don't look, I mean, you can't even tell they're there. It's when you're doing different poses and you're going to be covering that up. Like, I don't know. I don't get people that complain about drop down hips. That doesn't make any sense to me. I've got the swivel at the top of the thigh, swivel at the boot. Look at the great sculpted detail. Got the treads on the boots. This is a great looking figure. I've got the nice, what have we got going on here? Oh, it looks like the tampo went over the strap on this vest just a little bit. Or is that? No, it didn't. No, wow, it didn't. Look, that's actually the belt right there. I thought this was the horn, but it's not. That's sculpt. That's the belt. Now the tampo is up on the side a little bit, but my gosh, who cares? Excellent placement on that. Looks good. Looks really good. And all the buckles there. All this is painted. And again, this is an independent toy company. This is not like some big company with tons of money to throw around. So I'm really impressed by the level of detail here. Okay, so now the thing I want to be impressed by is how to get this vest off. Now, I know these figures do pop apart at the waist. So this belt may come off that way, which, by the way, also, this belt and buckle are painted underneath this one. Oh, ankles, modern toy ankles. Look, if your toy line doesn't have ankles like this, then I don't know what you're doing wrong, because these are the best ankles ever developed. I don't know if this is going to pop off. Okay, it looks like it goes this way. Yep. Okay, there we go. Oh, man, and there's even... Let's see how well this head comes off. Pops right off. Very nice. And, oh, look at that. Take heed, Hasbro. You know, one of my biggest complaints about Classified is they did away with this hinge. This is, to me, a critical joint. This is just as important as doing these ankles right. So this is wonderful to see. So let's get this vest off. That should slide right up and over. There it goes. And we've got a really nice looking, I'm not a big fan of abdominal articulation. That's just not something I think every figure needs to have, but this joint looks great. It does not mess with the profile of the figure at all. I got to say, the aesthetics of this figure are excellent. I feel that the Valaverse folks are looking at the right things as far as what to get right about these figures. The waist joint, I can't quite figure out. I wonder if this is going to pop apart. I'm going to leave it be because I don't think I need it to come apart right now for what I'm trying to do. The waist joint has a little rotation, but not a whole lot. But think about being a human being. You don't rotate that much at your waist. Man, this is a great figure. It really is. Okay, now let's take a look. Oh, we got to take a look at the accessories that came with the figure. We got a bunch of hand options. We got closed fists for punching. Got kind of open neutral hands. And then you've got some C-grips. And notice the C-grips have the side to side rather than the up and down. Got a nice looking hand blaster, and I know some of you perhaps haven't been here before. As much as I hate it, I will say blaster because I don't want to get dinged by YouTube. I got a business to run here. So this is a hand blaster, really nice sculpt. Plastic feels good, nice and rigid, not rubbery, but also doesn't feel like it's going to break. It's not too brittle. Solid piece. Got another, which I think this is in one of the accessory packs that I reviewed, but very cool looking piece. I like it with the suppressor on the front. And it's all one piece. While I do like it when this stuff is modular, I do think it's neat when this stuff is modular. I'll be honest, I'd rather it not be. I just want one piece. I went on a bit of an accessory rant on a video, I think it was last week. I'm not sure what order these are all going to post in, but I'm kind of over too many accessories. Really wicked looking knife. Looks great. I like the silver here. And that is probably going to go right there. Yep. Beautiful. So that just sits in the back. Ready to be drawn at a moment's notice. Really wicked looking sickle type thing. And scarf just goes right there. It's cool. It's fine. It's got a nice sculpt. It's got the fringe on the side right there. And then I think this is the exact same. Yeah. So we've got two hand blasters that go in those holsters on the vest. Very, very cool look. But as cool as that look is, as great as this figure is, as tremendous as this portrait is, but wait, there's more. This is, I don't know if this is exclusive to Big Bad, but it's available on Big Bad. Valaverse.com might have it. I'm not positive. I bet you can scan that QR code and find out for yourself. So let's see what's in here. Good bit of stuff. Artwork. Looks cool. Lists everything that's in here. For $15, I think. I think it was 15. I think it's a pretty reasonable upgrade set. And I just felt like the reason I ordered this, one, I knew it would add to the review and just be like a little extra, but also I kind of feel like to have everything, like if you really want to have this figure, you've got to have all this stuff that goes with the figure. So you've got an alternate vest option here that you can see has the armor piece on the front. And I love that it does feel like an upgrade. Like if you were playing a video game, look at that. Oh, this is awesome. If you were playing a video game, this would be your base that you started with, and this would be an upgrade that you unlock. And I got to say, I think the upgrade is going on the figure. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the upgrade on the figure right now. Well, I'm going to wait because I want to see what else is in here. We've got an alternate portrait with identical tattoo on the back of the head, same hair sculpt, but the face, a little tongue out, little evil, about to really cause some trouble and ruin your day look on her face. Definitely something different on the shelf. And then we've got some two-toned weapons here that match what we're looking at on that new vest. I think these were also... this might be a little different. I was thinking this might be in the accessory set that I reviewed, but I'm not sure it was. So you've got this, which again, plastic feels very nice on this. It is rigid but not brittle. The red, look at the placement of the red. I mean, it's fantastic. The paint job on this is awesome. And then you've got the bipod that folds up, stays nice and out of the way, or if you want to actually use it, just a different attachment with the sides out. Love it. This is a very, very cool piece. And then one more little bag. With some bullets that I almost lost. I feel like those, yeah. So that's going to plug. This might be a little tricky to get done. That's going to plug into the ammo box. And then I think that's going to have to slide up there after. So that's got a little peg. Plugs into the ammo. Are you too good for your home? I wonder if it needs to be in place to sit right. Or is there an angle that it goes in? So maybe we need to do that first. My big clumsy fingers might not be capable of getting this quite right. I can't believe that just landed on my thumbnail like that. That's nuts. I don't see any way I'm going to be capable of getting this plugged in correctly. All right, I'm going to leave that for later, but suffice it to say, there's your plug, or there's the hole, there is where it plugs in, and that's going to sit, you can tell where that's supposed to sit. Oh my gosh, so much stuff here. Oh, we do have an alternate belt. I thought so. We've got an alternate belt just in all black that's going to match this better. You've got some blast effects here. You've got some smoke effects. So we've got this blast effect will actually plug onto the barrel. Pretty killer. And then these can go into those. Nice. I've got an alternate knife. I gotta say I like the red and black more even than I like the black and silver. This does feel like an upgrade set. I've got a really wicked machete. And again, everything is... Oh, this has got... Okay, so this is the kind of... it's holding its shape, but it does have flexibility. So you don't have to worry about breakage, is what I'm saying. It's not brittle. See? Absolutely straight, but does have flex to it. That's great. Here are our upgraded hand blasters. And there you go. Let's kit up. Oh, getting that belt off is going to be... I'm going to have to do more than I want to do right now in the video to get the belt changed. So I'm not going to mess with it right now. Let's just get the vest on and see what our upgraded Pandora looks like. Oh yeah, this works so much better than the vests on the original figures that I got. I'm very happy. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave this belt on because look, you've got the olive drab and black up here. So this belt actually does work with this vest. So I'm just going to leave the olive drab belt on. I actually prefer that. But I am going to stick the red-handled knife back there because that looks awesome. Let's get the other head on. I'm going to be mindful of that knife sticking out of the back. Oh, that's going to need to be heated up. But it's sitting in place well enough right now. The hands have a nice flexibility to them. I'm not even going to have to heat those up to get anything in them, and that's nice. Because a lot of independent toy companies, one of the issues that seems to come up is the rigidity of the plastic. Some of it's too soft, some of it's too hard. Often, a lot of it's too hard. And that drives me crazy. It drives me crazy when I just am trying to get an accessory into a hand, and I can't do it. This figure is awesome. The upgrade set is awesome. I am very impressed. And I mean, I was impressed by the first round of Valaverse stuff that I got. It just was, it was just too straightforward military. It wasn't enough, there wasn't enough toyetic about it, enough character driven about it to get me in. But this is a great figure. I'm super impressed by the quality. It looks like some of the refinements that were made to the accessories, to some of the joints. This is awesome. It's a great piece. I highly recommend check out Valaverse.com. Poke around and find something that interests you. There's some face characters amongst the males as well. There's several different female characters, as we saw back here. So go check out Valaverse.com. Find a figure that interests you. Order it, play around with it, see what you think. It's a solid toy line, and this is definitely a quality release. I'm pretty stoked. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, put some chapstick on those lips. Maybe you won't have to lick them so much. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.